Alright, welcome back everybody. I do want to apologize for my voice ahead of time. I did wake up feeling a bit sick, and let's hope it's not too bad today. As we are back with the Tailwind Mawile team, hopefully it all goes well, and hopefully it goes a solid day today. I woke up early, and that's probably why my voice is a bit raspy right now, because I'm recording earlier than usual, seeing as I have a few exams today to take care of, and I don't know if I'll have time later on in the day to take care of the recording, so I'll figure I'll record earlier today. Just an early recording, but upload should be about the same time. So let's hope it works well. Alright, let's dive straight into battling today. Hope it goes well. And who knows, maybe my voice sounds badass on right now, you know. It's going really well today. Alright, let's see. Rather interesting team with the Sableye. I've been seeing a lot of Sableye lately. Probably as a way to get like a fake out and a quick Will-O-Wisp off. Priority mainly the Ditto is dangerous because Ditto can be anything on your team at any time. And it usually it'll go in and counter a Pokemon that's setting up. It all depends what the Ditto is essentially though. So strong options here. I am loving Gengar as in the open because you know it can hit just about anything my opponent has. And another Pokemon to take. Not too sure right now. I want to take Mawile, but I need another way to handle Sableye. But I'm pretty sure I can handle Sableye if I get with other Pokemon. So I'm actually going to open Thunderous Gengar, seeing as I can paralyze just about anything he has on his team. Then I'm taking Merizian and Mawile for coverage because I feel with these two I should be able to round out the whole coverage on this team. And they're probably the best four I can take. In hindsight, I did pick these really fast, but I did have these pretty much pre-picked out when I was looking at his team, as I did have a brief pause there. And yeah, it is as I pictured. So I'm actually going to Will-O-Wisp his Kangaskhan. I don't need to paralyze it, but I will Thunder Wave the Gudra. Point being is this way I get status off on at least someone, and I do need to get some status off in the first place. Something you could do is go for like a scrappy fake out into my Gengar slot, and that way, as he's not even gonna Mega Evolve this turn, so I do get my Will-O-Wisp off as it burns. Yeah, okay. So he does lose a lot. Oh, the Facade. Interesting, as Gudra might go for like an Ice Beam as he doubles down on the Thunderous. Well, my Pokemon did their work. It's pretty much going to be game at this point, honestly. Well, I can take out both. Kangaskhan is in a play rough KO range. It still will be a damage roll, and Gudra's just paralyzed. There's nothing you can do to stop me right now, so I'm actually pretty happy. Kangaskhan is just useless right now. As I'm actually going to just Sludge Bomb Kangaskhan, and I'm going to play rough the Gudra. I am faster than it. It is paralyzed too. So I'm just going to play rough Gudra here. And if I do lose speed, I will switch it out for Virizion. Kangaskhan is no longer even a threat, as I was able to get 2 status off as the Sludge Bomb connects. He does go for the Crunch. Wow, that's not going to do much. Oh, wow, that was, play rough should KO here. As it does. Is it gooey? It is not gooey. Kangaskhan is just in the KO range. My opponent is at a huge disadvantage right now. Well, he could have his Gengar out, but I still have my Virizion, so if he switches in Ditto, he will copy my Mega Mawile. If he switches in Ditto. I don't know exactly what his Ditto stats will be, but yes, he does switch in Ditto for the Mega Mawile. So what I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to Will-O-Wisp his Mega Mawile, and I'm going to Sucker Punch Kangaskhan for the KO. Reason being is if I Will-O-Wisp Mega Mawile on his side, I should be fine. He does. I mean, even though he has 2 Megas, I'm still not too intimidated because Ditto has less points than Gengar. So I wonder what he went for. Probably an Iron Head. Yes, he does go for the Iron Head, but now he's lost a lot of damage. So I am not too worried anymore. That did do quite a bit. So I'm actually going to Icy Wind here, or I'm actually going to. I don't know what to go for right now because he can't Sucker Punch me. It's gonna be a tough win. As I'm actually going to, you know what, I need to break some stashes here, but I'm actually gonna go for a Shadow Ball, and I'm gonna protect. I need to protect this turn because I can't afford to lose Mawile, seeing as it's such an important part to my victory, as I do connect the Shadow Ball, and it is super effective. That's great, and I drop a special defense, and she just get me with a Shadow Ball, which means Mawile probably Iron Head, yeah. So now I have Rizian, and I am a little worried here because he does need to connect with his moves to win. Uh, but I don't know what will KO me and what won't. So I do need to take out this Gengar. And the thing is, even if I take out Gengar, I might not even win. And I'm gonna Iron Head his Mawile, as I might be faster than it. But I need to kill the Gengar essentially, as he does protect. So I'm gonna get my Iron Head off. Is he faster than me? Oh wow, he's faster than me. That is dangerous. I need to connect to this Leaf Blade, and Gengar is easily faster than me. His Play Rough might actually KO me, given how much damage that did. My Mawile is not the most heavily invested Mawile, so that was probably 2 top damage rolls on me. As yeah, exactly 50% is what he does to me. I could still win this, assuming he like misses his attack, but a Play Rough plus a Sludge Bomb should KO me. If he doesn't have Sludge Bomb, he might be in some trouble. Virizion isn't exactly the tankiest Pokemon, but it's not exactly the most frail either. And I'm just hoping he doesn't, because my win condition here is knocking out Gengar. I can't just close combat that Ditto slot. Maybe that's something I could have done last turn in close combat, as he does have Sludge Bomb, and he should win this. I mean, unless Play Rough misses, I'm going to lose. Yeah. Or Iron Head, yeah, I go for the guaranteed hit. That was rather strange, given how much damage that Ditto did to me. And despite getting the Will-O-Wisp off, I still lost. So I don't know. I was trying to figure that out. I feel like maybe I probably did play as best as I could. Maybe just the turns didn't go right. Like good example would have been I could have doubled up into Mawile and now that I think about it, maybe it was a choice banded Ditto, given how much damage that was doing, despite being burned, because I feel like that's too much damage. As I'm going to go to my old team, and as you guys know, we do 3 battles with 3 separate teams. Alright, now let's look for battle, but I feel like maybe if I had doubled up into Gengar with a Sucker Punch and a Sucker Punch plus a Shadow Ball, I would have KO'd Gengar that turn. Especially Word Person does say good luck here. Alright, as he has a Trick Room team. So right away I'm going to open with Bisharp and Sylveon, as I find these are some of my strongest Trick Room options I've ever usually had to open with, and they are really solid under Trick Room. And well, I do want to picking your Pokemon is a difficult choice. So I'm actually going to take my Amoonguss now. Well, I want to take Amoonguss because he's usually a quick hard counter to excuse me about that. He's a quick hard counter to Mawiles, and well, with the Spore, you know, I could get off Spore, seeing as it might be slower than his entire team except for 1 Pokemon or 2, but they can't really hit Amoonguss hard in the first place. So that wouldn't be too much of an issue if they were to become a threat to my team. And I do want to take Amoonguss here. Now the last Pokemon is the hard one because I usually have to stall out, and the fact that I'm taking Amoonguss and Sylveon means I don't have Protect turns, and that's usually how I'm able to stall around Trick Room long enough for me to find my win condition. And I will be taking Salamence, so this could go horribly wrong or it could go horribly right. It all depends how it goes for me. And let's just continue, and I think I'm taking Salamence here. I'm just debating what exactly to take, but this is usually my strongest option against Trick Room, as he opens with Aromatisse and Kelvin. I'm actually not too worried about this. Reason being is, even if he does get I actually have the ability to take out his Pokemon this turn, but I think Abomasnow is more of an overall threat to my team, so I'm actually gonna focus down Abomasnow and just start hyper voicing. Can't go wrong with this. Sylveon in the Trick Room is rather powerful, so I'm focusing down Abomasnow because let's just say Fluffy Hawk protects. I'm not too worried in general. And on top of that, his team has a massive Bisharp weakness, and Bisharp is just one of those Pokemon. Oh wow, he predicted me there. Good by my opponent. I was focusing down on Abomasnow because that's the one I was worried about, as he does get the Trick Room left. And now, I'm actually going to protect with my Bisharp here. Actually, no. I'm gonna knock off the Abomasnow slot. Well, I guess it's hard what to pick, but I think I'm just gonna knock off in Hyper Voice. Reason being is a Blizzard plus a Moonblast. Oh, yeah, that's gonna be a lot of damage here. As he crits, this Blizzard crit, Blizzard was a crit. That actually mattered. And I feel like, yeah, my Mungus should be, the slowest Abomasnow could be is base 58. And Amungus over here is, let me double check. My Amungus is base 50, so I am slower than Abomasnow. I'm actually going to Sludge Bomb Abomasnow this turn. I'm getting another Hyper Voice off. It's mainly for damage reasons. I don't think I got a chance in hell of winning. And Sludge Bomb should KO from that range, as it does. At this point, I don't know exactly what to think. I'm just going to protect here, and as I don't think I can win this from this range, as he does have the Chandelure left. So, well, thankfully there's no fake out. But, well, they're actually both going to attack this next turn. So, but I'm faster than both now. My main threat would be a Chandelure, so I'm actually going to Spore Chandelure. And I'm going to Mega Evolve and protect Salamence. Unless Mawile crits my... Yeah. So, yeah, he went for the Play Rough in there, and I should be able to get my Spore off now. Which is actually great, because a couple of Earthquakes might KO from this range. He doesn't have an Air Balloon or anything, so I'm actually going to Spore the Mawile, and I'm going to Earthquake. Wait, uh-oh. Should have Rage Powdered. Uh-oh, this might be my bad. I might lose now. Yeah, I didn't think that turned through. Is it too late to cancel? No, as I lose my Salamence. Yep, I didn't think that turned through. I should have Rage Powdered and Earthquaked as Trick Room expires, but it's gonna be game. There's nothing I can do from this range. Rage Powder when Play Rough would have been Rage Powder would have been perfect there, because I could have reason being, from this range, Play Rough would be a 2 KO, Earthquake is a 2-hit KO on both its Pokemon, and it's game. Yeah, that was a horrible move on my part. Sorry about that, guys. That should have been a win for me personally. Rage Powder twice would have been perfectly, because Rage Powder that first turn, Chandelure's asleep. Mawile Play Rough's Rocky Helmet damage and the Earthquake should bring them both under 50%. And then Rage Powder the second turn, since Trick Room was off, Salamence would have been faster than both of them, and that's a loss on my bad, guys. It does happen. And it is a little earlier than I'm used to battling. Sorry about that. Again, early recording. But hey, that's enough excuses on my behalf. I lost because I lost. I made the wrong move in the end. The match was in my corner, and I lost. So sometimes always think your moves through. And let's look for a final battle with my new team, as it's the third and final battle of today. Hopefully it goes well. And we're taking a while here to find a new opponent. Could be a pain, but oh well. Let's hope this new team can pull a win for us. Let's not go 0 for 3 today. That would suck if I go 0 for 3. I have gone 0 for 3 before. Maybe it happens when like a screen recording crashes, as my opponent's team here is rather threatening. Terrakion is rather strong here against my opponent's team in general, seeing as he can hit a good chunk of them really, really hard. So I'm actually going to take Salamence, and I'm actually opening Salamence Tornadus. Reason being is if he does have a Mungus, if he brings a Mungus I can hit really hard, Icy Wind will help me out a lot. But now that I think about it, it might not be the best idea because of my Lodic. So I'm taking Salamence Terraform instead. That seems like my strongest open. With Terrakion in the back. And my last Pokemon will be... No, I'm gonna keep Tornadus in the back. I feel like it's probably one of my stronger options here and can do the most amount of damage. My opponent does not have an Intimidator, so if he opens up my low deck, I might be in some trouble here. As he opens Kangaskhan and Thunderous. Perfect, actually. I don't mind this at all. As I'm gonna Mega Evolve and Protect here. And I'm gonna actually go for a Leech Seed onto Kangaskhan. Reason being is if it's a bulky Kangaskhan, this Leech Seed should put it into a double-edged KO range. And that Thunderous might taunt my Ferrothorn, but Ferrothorn will do a reasonable amount of damage to my opponent in general. So I'm not too worried at all about what he might do or what he might not do. As I should be smart enough to pick my moves correctly this turn. I'm starting to learn my lesson. That last battle's still getting to me. You know, we can't be perfect all the time, and sometimes you don't need to be perfect to win, but sometimes you do need to make the right play when it matters. And as I was playing from behind from the first turn, since my opponent predicted me attacking his Abomasnow, it probably would have been a way different battle if I had prevented Trick Room from going up in the first place. I more than likely would have won if his Trick Room had never gone up. And my opponent is taking his time here. Probably really does want to take his time as I do Protect. He Mega Evolves, I Protect, and he does taunt Ferrothorn as he Power Punches his own Thunderous. Wow, well, who does he think he is? You're nothing special, boy. You're nothing special. As my Double Edge should still KO you from this range. Yeah. Don't really care. Double edging you. And I'm actually gonna switch Ferrothorn out into Terrakion. He might go for a low kick, but I'm still faster than you, and that Sucker Punch won't KO from that range. So don't kid yourself, boy. I'm just saying that because it's like a very popular play from like way back then, like a few years back. No one would ever fall. And I'm paralyzed. Are you freaking kidding me? Why am I always paralyzed? The hacks are always against me. It's whatever though. I'm gonna double edge this Thunderous and close combat the Kangaskhan. It can't really take me out from this range. I doubt it's an offensive Thunderous now. But it was probably my best play switching out into Terrakion because I'm not too worried about most of these Pokemon in the first place. And switching, reason being is now he's definitely in a KO range for close combat from Terrakion. Terrakion is one of the strongest Pokemon in the meta, seeing as that Rock Slide can hit just about anything as well. Swagger, uh-oh. Yeah, that's why I carry the Lumberry. A Swagger Terrakion. That's a +2 attack, and the Double Edge nearly picking up the knockout as well. Good job, Salamence, coming in the clutch. As this Rock Slide should hit like a truck. So, fearing what it might do, I'm actually going to Double Edge the Thunderous here. I'm going to Protect with Terrakion. I cannot afford to get Swaggered again, and he goes for the Ice Beam. That's actually not too bad. As I'm actually gonna go with well, I got plenty of options here now. I'm actually going to take Ferrothorn. I could use the resistance, but what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to switch Thunderous out into Tornadus because let Terrakion out into Tornadus. Oops, I did that wrong. Alright. Reason being is, let's see if I can get another Leech Seed off. He might be too focused on this Pokemon. I'm going to switch him out into Tornadus because I feel that Terrakion is too strong of a Pokemon to give up, especially in this matchup. And unless he's got Sylveon in the back, I just won. But yeah, as he's focusing down the Tornadus, I feel like it's mainly because he's I'm pretty sure he has a I can't put my finger on it. I forgot which Pokemon, but oh yeah, damn it, I can't remember. Heatran, there we go. I feel like a dumbass right now. Sorry about that, guys. As I'm actually going to, I can't afford to do anything to that Milotic if I see wind because it might have the competitive ability, so I'm gonna Power Whip it. And I'm gonna, as it's actually gonna go out into Amoongus. Oh wow, the Heat Wave does connect and does. Oh, that should have KO'd. Wow. As there goes mine, and Power Wave is resisted. I'm actually not too worried though. I should have doubled up into Thunderous in hindsight. I thought that would KO Thunderous from that range. Forgot it is spread damage, and is actually I'm going to. I'm actually gonna Gyro Ball the Thunderous here, and I'm going to. Actually, I think I need a double up here. Gyro Ball plus a Rock Slide. I don't know how much this will do, but if he swaggers me and I pull through it, the Rock Slide is a guaranteed KO. If I can get my Rock Slide off, as he does protect, oh, he's probably gonna Thunder Wave. Yeah, smart guy here. So the Rock Slide does connect, and I'm not too worried anymore. Something to note, if he's planning to like Rage Powder away my attacks, that will not work because a Grass type actually works through Rage Powder. So I'm actually gonna still, I'm gonna Leech Seed, and I'm actually gonna Protect in case he goes for like a Giga Drain, Scald, and a Terrakion. The Leech Seed here will keep me in the game. Yeah, as he goes for the Scald, and does he go for the Giga Drain? Yes, he does. Okay, I got that much right. And I'll be recovering quite a bit. My goal is take out Amoongus. I don't care if he has Rocky Helmet or anything, and I need to go for a Rock Slide here. I'm not going to protect 2 turns in a row. I don't like risking it, as he does connect with the Scald and the Giga Drain this turn, and I'm not too worried though. He no longer has any form of recovery, and he might be a Rocky Helmet, but I should recover that at the end of each turn. And I'm actually going to protect. Not much I can do here. It's going to be a stall battle at this point, but he doesn't have it in his arsenal to take out a Ferrothorn unless his Scald gets a burn. As he goes for the Ice Beam here and the Giga Drain, that's not going to do too much. As I'm actually going to, once again, or I could take out the Milotic and make it a power struggle, but yeah, I'm just going to take out the Milotic. Milotic is a bigger threat. So for me, as he does go for the recover, I do get the Giga. Amoongus drains his own Milotic. And I do get the crit there with the. Oh, that wasn't a crit at all. So he Giga drained his own Milotic into. To activate apparently its weakness policy. When your play backfires, right guys? And now it should be a win from this point. He's got no chances of winning. As he does Giga Drain, but I do get off this attack. That's going to be a slight issue, but it's really whatever now at this point. I do have a few more Gyro Balls. And I have Power Whip as well. I know I'm making contact, and he's not making contact with me, but I should still be able to pull the win off here. I know he has Protect, but from the looks of it, he can't do much from this point. He should just forfeit. I don't want to put you guys to the stall battle, but I don't want to forfeit either, because I know I can win this at this point, and I don't want to lose, like go over 3 for you guys, because well, I guess you guys know I won. But still, I don't want to go 0 for 3. And I mean, as the Rocky Helmet is doing quite a bit of damage to me, and like I used to love Cinccino, and I always feared the Rocky Helmets. So I see like that's a quick way to take out a skill link contact move, you know, things like that. As it should be game here. He can't protect, but at this point, it's like not gonna do anything. And there is the KO. As I do a lot of damage to myself with that Rocky Helmet. And if it wasn't for the lefties, I probably would have lost there. Alright, GG to my opponent. That was a fun battle, and the third team really picking it up for me. Thank you to the third team. In hindsight, I could have won with the second team, and even the first team if I had fought my moves through even better. So it's just a testament to show that you really want to think your moves through and make sure it's the last move you want to make. Because if you pick your moves quickly, you can lose. And I know during the battle, the moves do make sense. But even though there's a great move, there's usually a better move to make that turn as well. So, you know, it's just like, I mean, do what you feel is right. But also pick correctly for how you feel that turn is going to play out. And remember that, hey, you do your best, and as Nugget Bridge says, I think it's like, hey, I did my best, I have no regrets, and I did my best. Yeah, I'm regretting a little bit, but that's mainly on my own play calls, and maybe in the future I'll definitely start double thinking my moves. So hey, learn from the experience. Alright guys, thank you, and see you guys tomorrow.